Did you know that the real deal isn't just delicious, it's also got a history as rich and layered as its flavor? From ancient Mayan rituals to modern-day indulgence, chocolate has been more than just a treat. It's been a currency, a status symbol, and even a secret weapon. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this beloved treat to reveal the fascinating science and rich history that make every bite so unforgettable. Our journey begins way back in the heart of Mesoamerica, around 1750 BC. The Mayans weren't just exploring the jungle, they were discovering the secrets held within the cacao tree. To them, cacao wasn't just a source of a tasty beverage, it was a gift from the gods. The word cacao itself is believed to come from the Mayan language, meaning food of the gods. Picture this, you're a Mayan priest. The air is thick with anticipation as you prepare for an important ritual. You grind the cacao beans with water and a touch of chili, creating a frothy, bitter drink. This isn't just a beverage, it's a connection to the divine. The Mayans weren't indulging in chocolate for pleasure, they were drinking history. And the secret of turning those bitter beans into the sweet chocolate we know today would remain hidden for centuries. Fast forward to the 15th century when Spanish conquistadors arrived in the New World. They encountered the Aztecs who were already enjoying a spiced chocolate drink. The conquistadors brought cacao beans back to Europe, kick-starting a chocolate craze that would sweep the continent. Where does cacao grow? Imagine yourself standing amidst the lush greenery of a tropical forest. The air is alive with the buzz of insects and the distant calls of exotic birds. As you walk deeper into the jungle, the sunlight filters through the dense canopy above, creating a mosaic of light and shadow on the forest floor. Suddenly, your eyes land on a cluster of cacao trees laden with pods. These trees thrive in the heart of tropical rainforests, specifically in an area known as the Cocoa Belt. This belt is located around the equator where the climate is consistently warm and humid. But cacao trees aren't just adaptable. They're also incredibly particular. They crave warmth, preferring temperatures around 25 degrees Celsius, and they demand high humidity levels, ideally around 80% or more. They also dislike direct sunlight, preferring to grow under the protective shade of taller trees. This means that while you might find cacao trees growing in countries like Ivory Coast, Ghana, Ecuador, and Indonesia, they won't survive in the scorching heat of the Sahara Desert or the frigid climate of Northern Europe. How is cacao harvested? Harvesting cacao pods is no easy feat. Imagine yourself as a skilled cacao farmer, your knowledge passed down through generations. You approach a healthy-looking tree and gently feel the pods with your fingertips. Ripe pods will yield to your touch and you know exactly where to find them. The trick is to look for the slight bulge at the base of the pods. Using a sharp knife or machete, you make a cut near the top of the pod, letting it drop into a waiting basket. Gentle hands are needed to harvest cacao pods without causing damage. The fragile pods can bruise easily, which could impact their quality, so your touch must be both firm and delicate. Remember, each pod is a potential treasure trove of flavor. Once harvested, the pods are immediately taken to a nearby facility for processing. The race against time begins. You see, cacao beans are sensitive and can spoil quickly if not processed promptly. Time is of the essence, but it's not the only challenge. You need to work efficiently without sacrificing quality. After all, the reputation of your farm's cacao depends on it. Next, let's talk about fermentation, where the real magic begins. Have you ever wondered how those humble cacao beans transform into the rich, flavorful chocolate we all know and love? The answer lies in the fascinating process of fermentation. Just think about it. You've spent countless hours nurturing your cacao trees, harvesting the pods with care. Now it's time to unlock the beans' full potential. During fermentation, the natural sugars in the beans react with acids and enzymes. This creates a complex array of chemical compounds that lay the foundation for chocolate's distinct flavor profile. It's during this stage that the beans lose their raw, bitter taste and develop the smoothness and depth that make chocolate so irresistible. And let's not forget about drying. Proper drying is essential to maintain the quality and extend the shelf life of the beans. The fresher the beans, the less drying time is needed. However, if the beans have been stored for some time, a longer drying period may be required. Regardless, drying should never compromise on quality. The beans should retain their natural color and aroma throughout the process. Think of it as preserving the essence of the sun-ripened pods. So now that our beans are all dried up, it's time to send them off to factories around the globe where they'll be transformed into the chocolate we all adore. These factories are the hubs of activity where skilled workers and advanced machinery come together to create the smooth, rich chocolate that graces our dessert tables and candy bars. Next stop, inspection. Each batch of beans undergoes a rigorous inspection to ensure it meets the highest quality standards. Trained inspectors carefully examine the beans, checking for consistency in size, shape, and color. Any beans that don't meet the standards are quickly removed. It's all about maintaining that perfect flavor and texture you expect in every bite of chocolate. Next up, we're off to one of the most exciting stages, roasting. Just imagine the rich, enticing aroma wafting through the factory as the beans are roasted to perfection. This process not only enhances the flavor and color of the beans, but also unlocks their full potential. By carefully controlling the temperature and duration of the roast, chocolatiers can fine-tune the taste of the chocolate they're creating. It's during this stage that the beans truly come alive, revealing the complex layers of flavor that make chocolate so irresistible. All right, folks, we've made it to the halfway point in our chocolate journey, and if you're loving this video so far, why not show us some support by hitting that thumbs up button? Your support means everything to us and inspires us to keep bringing you more fascinating content. Now, let's dive into the next exciting step in the chocolate making process. It's time to learn about winnowing. Have you ever marveled at the sleek, shiny surface of a chocolate bar? Well, it all starts here. Winnowing is the process of removing the outer shell of the roasted beans, revealing the precious nibs inside. These nibs are the key to unlocking chocolate's true potential. By carefully separating the shells from the nibs, chocolatiers ensure that only the finest, most flavorful part of the bean makes it into your chocolate. The journey from bean to chocolate continues with a fascinating process called grinding. The nibs are finely ground into a thick, dark brown paste. This paste, known as chocolate liquor, is the foundation of all chocolate products. It's made up of cocoa solids and cocoa butter, giving it a rich, intense flavor that's a hallmark of fine chocolate. But our adventure doesn't end there. We're just getting started. Some of that chocolate liquor gets transformed into cocoa powder, a key ingredient in countless desserts. Others goes on to create the luscious cocoa butter, prized for its unique texture and flavor. Next up, we have conching, a process that elevates chocolate from good to extraordinary. Picture this: the chocolate liquor and cocoa butter are slow and evenly mixed. This not only ensures a uniform consistency, but also enhances the flavor and texture of the chocolate. It's during conching that chocolate develops its characteristic smoothness and melt-in-your-mouth quality. For those who prefer their chocolate with a little extra sweetness and creaminess, the journey includes an additional step: adding milk powder and sugar. This transforms the chocolate into the beloved milk chocolate we all know and love. Tempering is an art form and a critical step in chocolate making. By heating and cooling the chocolate carefully, chocolatiers ensure that the cocoa butter crystallizes properly. This not only gives the chocolate its glossy shine, but also that satisfying snap we all adore. Properly tempered chocolate stays firm at room temperature, melts smoothly in your mouth, and resists blooming, keeping its visual appeal and texture intact. Finally, after all that hard work, it's time for the finishing touch: molding. The tempered chocolate is poured into molds to create the final shapes, whether it's bars, truffles, or bonbons. Once filled, the molds are allowed to cool, setting the chocolate into its desired form. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for: packaging. Each chocolate piece is carefully wrapped, ready to be shipped to stores and eventually to our eager hands. And there you have it, the incredible journey from humble cacao bean to the chocolate we all love. Did you learn anything new? Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more fascinating videos. Until next time, happy snacking.